What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the garage. So I'm a little sad right now. Mrs. T left me. But just for the weekend. Just for the weekend. All right. Sorry about that. I had a tough time even doing that. But yes, she did. She's gone for the weekend. She left me to my own devices. It's me, Mini T, and our other kiddos to keep the house from burning down. It's tough. We've managed so far. She'll be back tomorrow. So what do? Well, after Mini T went to bed, this T goes out to the garage. And that's where I'm at. The workbench, hopefully you watched that video, is already a mess, right? So this stuff on the bottom is actually probably going to live there. For the moment, the top of the workbench is a staging area, trying to find homes for some of my stuff. Woo! I love this thing. It's just wall art right now. Bunch of signs. I got to start hanging up some signage. Do a little decorating. Ooh, check these bad boys out. These don't see the light of day much. These are my struts for this duster. But more random crap. A couple of soon-to-do projects. And this one, I don't know if you've caught glimpses of this. This is one I hope to talk about a little bit more on the channel. If this does not look familiar to you, of course, it's a pain here. This is a tote goat. Briggs & Stratton powered mini bike, basically, and they were like goats, I guess. They could climb trees. They were pretty amazing. I may have some touch-up to do, but I painted mine in a plum. At least this one was a maroonish, reddish color. Hopefully, look forward to more of that on the channel. This will be an awesome pit bike. And I've been rearranging since the workbench got finished. Moved the toolbox, and I brought in a couple other workbenches that hopefully will remain uncluttered. It's really cluttered. It's really busy. That is a changing. Wish we had some more stuff to continue on with Project Gray Area, my 68 Dodge Charger, but still waiting on some parts. So the Valiant needs our attention. Project Valiant undertaking. So what I plan to do today, I'm going to start pulling stuff from under the dash. I'm going to go ahead and get the heater box out. Maybe this vent, the Gooch cooler box over here. I'll get that out. We'll see about what else under the dash I take out at this point. All I'm trying to do right now is clear some space. Anywhere that we've got rust upwards, I want to get in a clear space so I can start, grinding that away, cleaning that up. And if I have time, I'm getting in these channels, going to start doing a little bit more cleaning there. And if things go well, this will clear up a little bit too. That'll be part of what we do under the dash. I haven't decided a number of things on this car, namely drivetrain combination. And two, I haven't decided whether it's going to have a heater back in it or if it's just going to be a seasonal car. We don't usually drive the hot rod stuff November to March-ish. Once it gets really cold. Certainly, a fall in Utah can be mild. We can drive into October and maybe pick it back up in March. So, that kind of thing remains to be seen. But will it be necessary to have a heater in this car? I don't know. What are we going to gain by not having one? A little weight, maybe. Comfortability. Guess we could just layer up, right? But July, June, August, all miserable months for heat, so you definitely won't need one then. Anyway, I'm going to get some tools. I'm going to get my safety glasses. You know how I am about my safety glasses. And we're going to get to work. So I got squirreled. And I'm in front of the car right now. I decided that, and I wanted to at some point, pull the entire front harness out of the car. And I started taking other crap out. And yeah, looks like I'm missing a piece of trim around the headlight there. That sucks. At least I have that one. That's good. So there's 3 screws that hold that piece of trim into the grill. And then there's another ring around the headlight. There's some screws around the edge there. I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to pop the headlight out, unplug things. And I don't know why I decided at that point, well, let's just take the grill out. So I'm going to pop the grill out too. And then we'll see where we go next. I'm completely squirreled right now. All right, we've got the headlight bucket out as well on the passenger side. So then there's a little ground strap on my harness. We're going to go ahead and pull that out. Okay, so at least one of my squirrel moments has been put to rest. This is where I'm stopping on the grill for the time being. There's a fastener up there that has been replaced, it appears. It's different from the other side, and I'll show you that. This is a screw, and there appears, or feels like there's a nut on the back side. And it's rusted all, yeah, it's garbage. So that's not going to be fun when to get out. These little guys, they sit and spin because of the way they're designed. It almost looks like, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see that. It's a flat head on the other side, almost like a rivet, except tightened down with a nut. And that's what we have back here. I think that's not that's not something I need to worry about. And really, I don't know if anyone else has this problem. I don't think it's a good idea to take more apart than you need to at a given time, especially when you have an organization problem. And no doubt this fastener will be much easier accessible with the fender gone. It is something I need to get to because it doesn't really look good in there. So that's an action item for sure. Well, we're going to move back inside the car like we originally planned. That said, though, I did get the headlights out and they're trimmed that I did have. Missing a ring there. Looks like I'll have to replace or find. Hopefully it's in my other box of parts. I pulled the fender tag. I'm going to take that inside and clean it, and yeah, for fun, maybe I'll decode it. Who knows? And I was successful in getting the forward harness out, the light, the engine harness. So I've taken the throttle linkage out thus far. Here's the pedal, all there, complete. And surprisingly, the nuts not rusted on. They actually turned reasonably smooth. Then the rest of the mechanism, pedal, rod goes up, unit connects, a little ball fastener there, and then this little nut or bolt and square nut slide through there to keep all of this business together. And you have to separate this and basically pull everything back off the shaft because you can't get this little unit through the hole in the firewall. So next I'm going to work on this heater box. The heater box is out. We have a lot of room up here now. For now, this will go on the shelf somewhere and we'll decide what the future holds for heating and such. I decided to take out the heater controls next. So on the back side of this, there's a couple of plastic studs basically. And these nuts just thread over the back of that. And then if you haven't worked on these before, you see an Allen head, kind of a jam screw in there to tighten these down on the arms. You have to pull those off to get the plastic off of the mechanism there. So once that's out of the way, 2 screws and all the heater controls should slide right out. They've got these nice little hooks that reach over a lip to hold it in tight. Well, tight once you tighten these fasteners on the bottom. Back in the car, what I started doing is pulling wiring harness. I'm actually just going to take the entire harness out of the car. A lot of it is really messed up. It's tough to see, I think, but there's a prime example right in front of you anyway, where the wire is red and transitions into speaker wire, and it's 57 years old. So I think the plan will be a new harness. What's up, everybody? I am back. Where did I go? It's only been a few seconds for you, but it got late. I was out in the garage till almost 1 in the morning. So I had to take a break and get some sleep, but I'm back. Mrs. T's back. We're gonna continue with pulling this wiring harness out from under the dash, but I'm just doing a little sweepy over the trans tunnel. The reason I'm doing this, I'm going to lay down on the trans tunnel. Basically, the trans tunnel will support my spine, and then I'll lay my head right here, and we'll go to work dealing with what I can't see, just to provide evidence that I was in here. I was under this dash. I am a car radio right now. I just don't remember if I have the radio that came in this car. I'm under the freaking dash. I'm lying on the trans tunnel. My spine is angry. But the wiring harness is out. These 2 plugs were the last pieces to remain. And they sucked. They probably had not been disconnected since this car was manufactured. I mean, this car had been off the road likely since the 90s, mid to late 90s at the most recent. And, you know, I have no idea if that's an original wiper motor or not. Doesn't really matter. Those connectors were connected for some time. They sucked. They're disconnected now. And I didn't have to break them or cut wires or anything. It was awesome. But as I mentioned, the rest of the harness out. There's plenty of room now under here. Kind of wondering if we could see anything through the fresh air vents. So apologies if that video sucks. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to gather the light. I'm going to bring it over to the passenger side of the car, and I'm going to perform a similar experiment. Shining some light up into the fresh air vent. Hoping to see if there's anything crazy going on up there. Kind of looks like a no, but this video I'll find out in post when I'm going through all my footage. There we go. Hopefully you saw something interesting. Coming back down. What I'm attempting to do now at this point is remove some of this seam sealer in the corners. This is underneath the dash, underneath the cowl technically. And I'm looking now straight at the firewall, the back side of it, to give you some reference. But we do have a little bit of surface rust and some scale up in here that I need to deal with. Seeing some rust in the seam areas where obviously moisture got through. I was hoping not to see that, but here we are. So I'm outside the car again for a moment, taking off the bracket that holds the brake pedal assembly. All right, back inside the Valiant. I've loosened the nuts on the firewall side of the brake assembly bracket. And for those of you that are unaware, I'm sure most of you already are, but there's a single bolt on each side of it, right there where my thumb's at. Loosen those, or take those completely out. Take the master cylinder off, Drop this down. And it slides in. When attempting to remove the emergency brake cable, remember there is one final fastener holding the cable in. This is in the driver's side wheel well, front wheel well area. Just follow the cable. Alright, the emergency brake cable added to the pile of parts. We've got our brake bracketry, our emergency brake handle, the front wiring harness, the heater controls, and a couple of things. Well, let's see, pedal assembly, throttle. No freaking clue. I can't remember. That seemed like it was something to do with the throttle, but I just found this lurking in the car somewhere. I can't remember where. So I'll add that to the NFC pile. And a reasonably clear space to work under here. So I might have to do a little bit of combination top side, underside when I deal with that rust. I do not want that to come back. And then anything down here, I'm sure I'll eventually be removing the floor, at least to the seam. Let's see how this cleans up. It all seems surface. We'll be all the way across, same situation. Get that floor cut away. But we're not going to do that quite yet. I think the next step, I am going to try to get a little structural rigidity added back to the car. I'm going to focus on the subframe connectors again. We'll get those cleaned up. There's one line on the ground. We'll get these frame sections cleaned and coated in some weld-through primer. Same with that bad boy back there. Get that all cleaned out. And then as soon as I get some consumables, we'll try and weld that sucker in. But that's coming up next. Unfortunately, not today. Lots of work to do. So we'll wrap this one up. We'll definitely take you along for the next step. A little bit of metal prep, a little metal work. I appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, please do. Please consider it. And if you are, thank you very much. I love to do these videos, and I hope you enjoy them too. Stick around, we'll have another one out soon when we get back to work on it. I think this car is going to take a minute until I get some things in for my charger. This Matt's muscle car is at the strip right around the corner here in a couple of months. Hope you're getting your stuff ready. I want to see you there. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.